made a whole 2D animated short film by myself with no experience, no budget, no bit. So I will share with you guys the raw process of me making the whole short film by myself. Okay, so if you're anything like me and if you have no idea about how to make a 2D animated short film, then let me tell you. There are 3 steps we need to follow: pre-production, production, and post-production. And how do I know all these things? Because I researched about it few minutes ago. So let's start with the pre-production stage. Step 1, we need an idea. So I had this idea in my head at midnight when I'm supposed to go to sleep. So if you think that this idea is stupid, now you know why. Anyway, so here's the idea. It's going to be a classroom scene and there are going to be 4 characters and there are going to be 3 friends who are gonna be the students, of course, and 1 scary professor character, and they're going to get scolded by the professor character. And all the characters are going to be my own original characters. Duh! Next step is script writing. Okay, so here's the plan. There is barely going to be any dialogues, mostly a few sound effects here and there. So I don't know what to write in the script. I am really bad at script writing. I swear I started to write the script, but in the halfway, I felt like I'm writing a fanfic or something. Yep, it's not for me. But I had a rough idea in my head how I want the scenes to look like and how I want the stories to be. And with that being said, our next step is rough storyboarding. As I just mentioned earlier, I have a rough idea in my head and I'm just putting it down on the canvas. I'm not going to focus on the details right now. I'm just focusing on the rough idea and the compositions. So for now, if it's looking like a mess, don't worry, it's going to get better. I promise. So as I was sketching the rough ideas, I wasn't quite sure about few scenes. Like, I didn't like the compositions and the angles of these scenes. I will figure that out later in the storyboard animation step. And as for the composition, there is nothing crazy going on. It's pretty simple and straightforward. I want to tell a simple and basic story, and also I want to be more kind to myself since this is my first animated short film. So this rough storyboarding step took me 5 working days. So we can say this step is complete for now. Okay, next step, collecting reference and inspiration. This is my mood board right now. As you can see here, I have collected works from different artists. And there are also few screenshots of some of my favorite short films. If you haven't watched these short films, please check them out. They're really good. I really like the art style in this short film. And I'm not going to zoom in too much because I don't want to copy everything from these arts. I want them to inspire me to make my own short film. Okay, here's my plan. At the beginning, the color palette is going to be really cold and then it's going to transfer into a warm color palette. Then at the end, again, it's going to transfer into a neutral color palette. So we can say this step is done now. Now our next step is 3D modeling, which means... Oh, I hate 3D modeling. At first, I wanted to do the character design first, then the 3D modeling, but then I decided to do the 3D modeling first so that it's going to be a lot easier for me because then I will have an idea that what kind of situation and what kind of environment they're going to be in. That's going to help me a lot to design the characters. If that makes any sense, I don't know what I'm doing right now. Okay, so I took a break from this project for a few days because I wanted to learn the basics of Blender. So I followed this tutorial from this amazing 3D artist because I wanted to practice creating things in Blender before I jump into the main project. This tutorial literally saved my life. Trust me guys, this is not a sponsored video. I'm saying this because it actually helped me. So this was his original 3D set and this is my study. I mean, to be really honest, it's not that bad, but it's not that good either when you compare the two side by side. But I might forgive myself this time because this is the first time I'm trying this, so it took me almost 7 days to learn Blender properly. Okay, moving on to our main 3D set for the animation. It took me almost 2 weeks to make this 3D set. At first, I was struggling a lot and I was watching so many tutorials, and after that, I realized that you can import already made objects in Blender. I mean, what? Okay, whatever. That thing made my life a lot easier since I'm not a 3D artist. After that, I took few screenshots of my 3D set and then I started coloring it because I wanted to have a clear vision about how the background is going to be. I wanted the background to be more roughly drawn and roughly colored, if that makes any sense. I don't know. I thought that it's going to be a great idea. We will see in the future. And this is how the set looks when it's fully rendered. Okay, 3D set is done. Now it's time for storyboard animation. For the storyboard animation, I'm using Krita. If you don't know, it's a free drawing software. And for a free drawing software, it works great. Not enough people talks about it. I'm starting with doing some basic sketches so that I can have a rough idea about the scenes. Now, as an artist who has no animation backgrounds, trust me when I say that it was really tough for me. I mean, like, what is this? In some parts, I had to take screenshots of the 3D set and then draw over it. This was the moment when I realized that the amount of drawings I need to do for this one singular short film. Like, I thought making an animated short film will be so easy, bada bing bada boom, and it's done. This is a nightmare to all of them who generates their own picture in Ghibli style art in few seconds and calls it art. Well, that came out of nowhere. Anyway, storyboard animation is done. Let me play the whole thing for you once. Yep, it's not that good, but it gets the job done. Well, at this moment, I'm kind of feeling stressed. Well, not kind of.
I am stressed.
I thought the entire process of making this short film will take few months. And guess what? It has already been 3 months and I'm not even close to the post-production stage. But let's see if I can take it to the end by my own. And if you want to be updated about my upcoming short film, please feel free to follow me in my Instagram, Twitter, and join my Discord. I will try my best to share every single work in progress about this short film. And subscribe and give it a like if you like this video, and I will see you in the part 2. Bye bye.